There are structures in this world that transcend their original purpose. They stop being just roads or crossings and become symbols, identities, and living proof of what human ambition can achieve. The Golden Gate Bridge is one of those rare structures. Stretching across the mouth of San Francisco Bay, connecting the city of San Francisco to Marin County, this bridge is not simply a feat of engineering. It is a statement, a declaration that humanity can look at the impossible and decide to build it anyway. Every year, millions of people from every corner of the globe make a point to stand at its base, look up at those towering rust-red towers, and feel something they cannot quite put into words. That feeling is not accidental. It was earned through decades of dreaming, years of dangerous construction, and a legacy that has shaped an entire region in ways that go far beyond transportation. To truly understand what the Golden Gate Bridge means, you have to go back to the beginning, to a time when crossing the bay meant hours on a ferry, and when the idea of a bridge spanning that turbulent, fog-covered strait was considered by many to be absolutely impossible. Slowly, the dream began to take shape into something real. The only way to cross the Golden Gate Strait, that mile-wide opening between the Pacific Ocean and San Francisco Bay, was by ferry. These ferry rides were slow, weather-dependent, and increasingly inadequate for a growing population hungry for connection and commerce. The idea of a bridge had floated around for years, but most engineers dismissed it as a fantasy. The strait was notoriously difficult. Strong tidal currents, powerful winds, frequent earthquakes, and thick blankets of fog made it one of the most challenging waterways in the world. The United States War Department, which controlled the land on both sides of the strait, was also skeptical, worried that a bridge might interfere with military navigation. But one man refused to accept that the dream was impossible. Joseph Strauss, a bridge engineer from Chicago, had spent his career building smaller bridges and dreaming of something monumental. In 1921, he submitted a proposal for a bridge across the Golden Gate. His original design was frankly unattractive, a hybrid cantilever and suspension structure that drew criticism from engineers and the public alike. The bridge was completed ahead of schedule and under budget, a remarkable achievement for any era. The timing was both terrible and perfect. The economy had collapsed, unemployment was devastating communities across America, and yet the project put thousands of men to work at a moment when work was desperately needed. Workers came from all walks of life, many of them willing to take extraordinary risks just to earn a paycheck. The construction was genuinely dangerous. Workers hung thousands of feet above churning waters, battling winds that could reach 70 miles per hour, and fog so thick visibility dropped to almost nothing. Chief Engineer Strauss implemented safety measures that were revolutionary for the time. He required workers to wear hard hats, use safety lines, and apply special face cream to protect against the harsh elements. Most significantly, he installed a safety net beneath the bridge, a massive net that stretched the full length of the construction zone. He was right, and the color became one of the most recognizable design choices in architectural history. Over 200,000 people walked across it on that first day, a spontaneous outpouring of civic pride and wonder. The following day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt pressed a telegraph key in Washington, D.C., signaling the official opening to vehicular traffic. The world took notice immediately. Engineers, architects, and journalists from around the globe marveled at what had been built. At the time of its completion, the Golden Gate Bridge was the longest and tallest suspension bridge in the world, with a main span of 4,200 feet between its two towers. It held that record for 27 years. The distinctive international orange color, chosen by consulting architect Irving Morrow, was not originally intended to be permanent. The Navy had wanted the bridge painted in black and yellow stripes for visibility. The Army Air Corps wanted it in red and white. But Morrow argued that the warm orange tone complemented the natural surroundings of the bay and enhanced visibility in the fog. It became shorthand for the city itself. When people think of San Francisco, they see those towers rising through the morning fog before they think of anything else. Before the bridge, Marin County was a quiet, relatively isolated region. After the bridge opened, it transformed almost overnight. Commuters could now live in the scenic hills of Marin and work in San Francisco. Towns like Sausalito, Mill Valley, and San Rafael grew rapidly as suburban communities. Real estate values shifted, businesses expanded, and the entire economic geography of the region was redrawn. The bridge also catalyzed the development of Highway 1 and the broader Northern California road network, opening up the wine country of Sonoma and Napa to easier access from the city. Tourism exploded. San Francisco, already a beloved destination, now had an iconic landmark that drew visitors from every continent. The bridge became the most photographed structure in the world, a title it has maintained for decades. From Joseph Strauss's stubborn dream in 1921 to the millions who cross it today, the story of the Golden Gate Bridge is ultimately a story about what becomes possible when human beings refuse to accept that something cannot be done. It remains one of the most heavily traveled toll bridges in the United States. The bridge is maintained by the Golden Gate Bridge, Highway and Transportation District, which oversees not only the bridge itself, but also ferry services and bus lines that continue to connect the region. Maintenance is a never-ending task. The famous International Orange paint requires constant touch-ups due to the corrosive salt air and relentless weather. A team of painters works year-round, and it is often said, only half-jokingly, that by the time they finish painting the bridge from one end to the other, it is time to start again. Seismic retrofitting has been an ongoing priority since the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake revealed vulnerabilities in the structure. Hundreds of millions of dollars have been invested in strengthening the bridge to withstand a major earthquake, ensuring it will continue to serve the region for generations to come. In 2015, a movable median barrier was installed to reduce head-on collisions,